Harry and Meghan will visit Nigeria for talks about the Invictus Games, a Nigerian official said on Sunday, April the 28th. Nigerian Brigadier General Tukur Gusau didn't say exactly when Harry will arrive in Africa, but he's expected to make the trip after a service at St. Paul's Cathedral to mark the 10th anniversary of the Games. Nigerians are expressing their anger towards Harry and Meghan Markle after the announcement. According to a post on Reddit by a Nigerian, 99% of Nigerians are oblivious to the identities of Meghan and Harry. Among the remaining 1%, around 60% have merely heard passing mentions of them and couldn't care less. Another 25% see beyond their facade, while the remaining 15% hold favourable opinions of them. It's crucial to highlight that the vast majority of Nigerians are unaware of their existence. Currently, Nigeria is grappling with severe challenges due to the incompetence of its leaders. Soaring living costs, exorbitant fuel prices, and the closure of businesses due to unsustainable operational expenses plague us daily. Kidnappings driven by poverty have become alarmingly common. The reality is that Nigerians have far more pressing concerns than worrying about inconsequential figures like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Distrust in the leaders has reached unprecedented levels. Upon hearing the news on Twitter, the knee-jerk reaction from most Nigerians was suspicion, fearing it would become an avenue for embezzling public funds to accommodate them. Furthermore, they're financially strapped and drowning in debt, making extravagant spending on frivolities unjustifiably. With a minimum wage stagnant at less than $30 a month for over a decade, the excuse of financial constraints for not increasing it's absurd. The thought of lavishly hosting ex-royals would undoubtedly infuriate the average Nigerian. Let's not forget, if the budget estimates at $1 million, politicians will find a way to siphon off $10 million for it. Meghan's behaviour is utterly outrageous. Among all the alarming actions she's taken, a sudden embrace of a Nigerian heritage reaches new heights of audacity and hypocrisy. Claiming to be 43% Nigerian is complete nonsense. As there's no singular Nigerian identity, Nigeria consists of a diverse array of ethnic groups, each with its own language. It would be just absurd if Meghan suddenly identified as a Martian and promised to move to Mars. And to think that Harry and Meghan's security will be funded by Nigeria, where over 87 million people struggle below the poverty line. These so-called humanitarians are nothing but privileged parasites, enjoying yet another lavish freebie holiday funded by these two entitled individuals. All to play at being royals and exploit people of colour for photo ops while perpetuating racial tensions. Besides, Harry's efforts to promote the Invictus Games in Nigeria could be derailed as the charity African Parks continues to grapple with accusations of violence against tribe members in territories it aims to preserve. African Parks launched an investigation into allegations of rape and abuse by its rangers after claims began to emerge in January. Harry served as president of the NGO for years before he was promoted to its board of directors in 2023. Expert Richard Eden said we shouldn't overlook that there's a scandal in Africa connected with one of his charities. It's a very key charity for Harry, he's very senior in it. He's still a trustee, it's African Parks. There's been a scandal which has been exposed where rangers who work for this conservation charity have been involved in terrible things, torture, rape and abuse. Essentially what this conservation charity does is they buy out vast areas of Africa in order to conserve the wildlife within them. That's great. But within these vast areas, there are African people, tribal people. In this case, the controversy concerns the Baka people, who've hunted on these lands for centuries, since time immemorial. Eden argued Harry's ongoing collaboration with the charity could leave him facing considerable backlash once he arrives in Nigeria.